What's going on, guys? It's Aaron the paint corrector, and today I'm going to show you how to make your vehicle go from this to that. Rinseless washing. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with rinseless washing, it's basically a way for people who don't have access to running water to wash their vehicles. So people with small garages, people who park in parking stalls, or people who can only use the local car wash. I'm going to show you how you can rinseless wash your vehicle with 3 gallons of water and 2 different detailing chemicals. And the best part is, it's not going to scratch the paint. So let's jump right into it. Alright, here's what we're going to need today. We're going to need a rinseless wash of some kind. Now, you can use whatever you want, but for today I'm using ONR. You're also going to need Optimum Power Clean or some type of all-purpose cleaner. Now, this all-purpose cleaner is basically for a pre-spray to remove the bulk of the dirt. Next, we're going to need a 5-gallon bucket with 3 gallons of water diluted with 2 ounces of ONR or rinseless wash. We're going to need a wheel and tire bucket, and this wheel and tire bucket has our brushes, has a little bit of water and some ONR in it, and we're going to need some crevice brushes, and these little crevice brushes are just good for getting into the small areas. We're going to need some microfibers. Now, these microfibers can be whatever you want. Some are going to go in the bucket of ONR, some you're going to use to dry. And lastly, air is optional, but don't be like me. Alright guys, so we're not going to spend a ton of time on the wheels and tires. This is kind of just detailing 101 stuff. All we're going to do is take our all-purpose cleaner, and we're going to spray inside of the wheel wells. We're going to spray the wheel and the tire, and then we're just going to let it dwell, okay? Alright, so now that we've let that dwell, we're going to come at the fender wells here, and we're just going to get rid of those first. So again, we're just going to grab a brush, spray some APC back into it, and we'll just get it down. Alright, so now that we have that done, we're going to start doing the rubber and the wheels and the tires. Alright, so now that everything is scrubbed down, now we're going to take our ONR and spray bottle. This is diluted 32 parts to 1. We're going to use it as kind of just a rinse off, basically. Alright, now we'll just dry everything. Now, this is where if you have compressed air, this comes in really handy because eliminating all the cracks and crevices in this is pretty easy. If you don't, it's alright. Got trusty microfibers and just get to work. And just like that, we've got completed wheels and tires with very limited water. Alright guys, so now we're going to talk about how to rinseless wash the paint. So obviously you can see the paint here is it's pretty dirty. So what we need to do first, not typical for a rinseless wash, is we're going to spray an all-purpose cleaner, in this case Power Clean, and we're going to spray it onto the panel as basically a pre-spray to remove the bulk majority of the dirt and the grime. It's not going to remove all of it, but it's going to remove a big majority of it, so that way when we get to the actual washing part of this, we'll have less of a chance to mar and scratch the surface of the paint. Alright, so now that we have the panel pre-sprayed with Power Clean or all-purpose cleaner, whatever you want to use, what we're going to do is again use our rinseless wash in a trigger sprayer, and we're going to basically rinse this off using our rinseless wash. Alright, so now I'm sure you're wondering why we sprayed the ONR on here to rinse this off. And the reason that we did that is because now when we grab our microfibers to wash the vehicle with, the panel is already pre-sprayed with ONR. So we don't have to worry about spraying it again and then going back with this and using more product. So what we're going to do now is take our folded microfiber that we've had soaking in the ONR, And we're just going to rinse it out so that it's dripping, basically, dripping wet. Just like that. And once we have it dripping wet, we're going to glide it across the panel in one motion and then check the microfiber for dirt. Okay, so I'm going to bring you guys in here. There's the first swipe of the microfiber. So see here at the bottom, it's really dirty, this corner specifically. This is okay, but I still wouldn't like to use that again. So we're just going to flip it over and we're going to do a new side. Now remember that we're doing the dirtiest part of the vehicle here. So it should be no surprise that there's lots of dirt on here. But given how much dirt there was before we sprayed the all-purpose cleaner, this is a significant reduction in terms of how much will show up on here. Alright, so just this little corner got dirty, so what I'm going to do is take this section here and just go back. Because I think I missed some sections, so now I'll just move it to one more clean side and get the bottom here. Okay, so again, dirty microfiber. And what we're going to do is, now that we've cleaned that panel, now if you had compressed air, all you would do is just blow it off and then dry it. But because we don't, all we're going to do is dry the panel. Alright, now look at that. That is nice, that's clean, and that's done. The reason I told you guys that we're going to need little brushes is because we're going to work on small, tiny little areas like this. Crevices in the door, crevices in the window, crevices in the mirror. Whatever it happens to be, it's nice to have a little brush and a little bit of APC so you can go through and remove the dirt in these small, tiny areas that microfibers or just a typical trigger sprayer isn't going to get at. So again, first thing we're going to do is spray some APC in here, let it dwell, and then we're going to brush it out. Now that we've let that dwell, we're going to spray some APC into our brush, and then we're going to work. Alright, now if you have compressed air, there's a really easy way to get rid of all this. If you don't, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to take our trigger sprayer of ONR and we're just going to rinse everything off. And just like that, got a pretty clean gas door and cap. So now let's do the whole vehicle.